you have to play for lane dominance, right? So you have to be able to play something that can go aggressive. I actually like the Braum here quite a bit. You know, Braum can really answer these Leona engages. If Leona goes forward, you can actually just very easily stack up the passive, focus down this Leona, you know, try to use...
love looking for slow shoves under the tower and then getting both caps angling down towards
passive.
the bottom side. Doran's going to be ticking away to this passive. The hemorrhage, the flash away from Doran. And Broken Blade may be on the weak side, but he's not playing a weak early game matchup.
So I believe Broken Blade, his W auto reset actually got cancelled by the flash from Doran. Ends up being a flash for flash, but a huge health advantage game for Broken Blade. The problem for him is he's now lost both his flash and ghost as Chovy. Very good trade against Caps, but the map has now been split.
Level 1, they're gonna dive.
Delight has cleanse. Pays has cleanse. In fact, uses the early light looking for the damage. Mickey tanking up the tower. He'll fall. 1-for-1 so far. As HunSummer now opens up onto Delight, but you can't really tank a Leona underneath the tower. No turret shots going onto HunSummer means that he can just walk away.
Well, that's it. He can actually get flashed on here potentially. This is getting pretty risky because he has no cleanse.
The
he's going down.
hits. Caps flashes. Chovy flashes.
Commits the flash for flash. But we make our eyes back towards the bot lane.
He's gonna get caught up with the concussive blows, and HunSummer will get this one on the board. The Draven now.
Because there's so many minions here, but they're gonna look for this dive, and he hasn't left.
No one's taking the tower as of yet. Doran's gonna do it. The boss coming out, and Broken Blade's locked up. 100 health is not enough. Doran.
They bring it down if they want. You know, Chovy has his ultimate available here.
I don't know. Delight and Pays are backing. This is more of a steal than anything else, I think. And in the end,
Find Peanut in his own jungle. Push Doran back.
Doran will just retreat from the safety of the tower. Frozen Tomb's gonna land though, as Peanut has been locked up, and Yike will take him out. G2
to be invading so aggressively, and he ends up losing his life. But it's still a very close game as they look for Mickey.
Saw Peanut with the Scryer's Boom. Yike stopped his recall because of it. Cease and desist under the tower. Solar Flare coming out as well, but Mickey is very tanky on this Braum. Glacial Fissure has been popped for Delight, not underneath the turret shots. Should be able to back away. Ignite ticks on him, but he does retreat. The Whirling Dead. He hasn't got the stacks to get through that Eclipse. The spear finds
G2 is really praying for something other than Chemtech Soul. They're praying for something that can be really strong. Mountain Soul would probably be the best.
There we go.
Of course, he does have Cleanse. But if you get Violeted into Charm, even if you're cleansing that, the amount of damage that's going to be coming through is going to be enormous. So potentially not very far behind because of the dive and because of the early tier 2 boots. But we're going to get scrappier around this Herald.
Mickey misses the Winter's Bite and the Glacial Fissure. Everfrost coming out. HunSummer dodging the charm as Mickey tanks it for him. Yike can jump out at the back of the pit. Hans looking for a little bit more,
TP
but now with the TP behind them, Mickey locked up, he's going to be sacrificed. The Solar Flare finds one as well, and Doran's on the chase. The Grand Challenge has been issued, and HunSummer was chucked into the Lion's Den. Doran takes another, and on the top side, Caps will fall as well.
Fantastic awareness.
You know, Hans wanted to collapse on the TP and try to kill it off, but they just didn't have enough people there to make it happen, and he ends up just giving over.
Having an absolute storm over performance here. Broken Blade did manage to win out the level 1, level 2, but couldn't really do much more after that as HunSummer's caught in the mid, and Doran has roamed around once again, caught up with the Glacial Fissure. HunSummer starts to open up. Double TPs have been invested as Caps looks perhaps for a Frozen Tomb. Doesn't follow the path. Can't go any further forward. Moonlight Vigil hits, only takes a little bit of damage. HunSummer tickled by it, but already down to half HP with the Rift Herald charging in. Broken Blade apprehends Delight, but that's not really the target you want. The Eclipse going to keep him alive for the moment. The tower falls, Peanut goes in, and HunSummer's locked down, and they just don't have the peel to keep their AD carry alive. Peanut takes a double, Pays takes one on top, and now the chase down continues as Yike is forced underneath this tower.
It's a slaughter. Gen G get the mid tower, get 3 kills as well. The Dragon is going to be theirs whenever they want to take it. Peanut going back for it, as the rest of his team is going to take the tier 2 mid as well. And all of a sudden, the gold lead now enormous.
And we saw once again how patiently they play these fights. They get G2 to use so many cooldowns, and then the moment that window opens up, what options do G2 really have? They know they can send Chovy off to a side lane. They know they can send Doran off, and they're just taking advantage.
So you're actually going to really win out on here for G2 anymore. Plus, there's the TP disadvantage. It is going to be a fully stacked ult there.
No mana right now. Broken Blade with the Ghost has already invested the flash. Doran won't have enough to dodge away. Can escape for the moment. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, you can actually see Peanut on a rampage. Doran caught up. The shutdown will go down to Broken Blade, but Mickey was caught by...
The fact that Pays and Delight were attacked so often in the early game, they were able to weather that storm, and they've been able to bounce back.
And hasn't been able to then actually wrest any control away from Gen G. As we see Broken Blade and Doran fighting up towards the top side. He dodges the Noxian Guillotine with the riposte. The rest of G2 trying to collapse while Gen G are pushing in 4 members strong down towards the bottom lane. The path comes out, but Doran can just dash away and retreat from G2, and now the inhibitor towers will be opened up flash away from Mickey as he's caught in the cease and desist. The Solar player finds his mark as well. And Gen G find another kill, while Doran just toys with G2 in the top lane. The inhibitor tower will be raised to the ground, the inhibitor short to follow.
Great stuff overall from Gen G. There's just nothing standing in their way. Peanut once again forces Hans Summer back. The ultimate comes through from Caps, but the inhibitor drops and the fight begins.
The re-engage from Gen G is sublime, but Delight already taken out. The charm hits onto Caps and he will fall as well. Now in a 4v3, Gen G continue to push in. The spear does connect on Chovy. He's got TP. He was looking to bolster up his mana bar once again, but Gen G will escort their mid laner out of the G2 base. Yike still looking for the chase. No cleanse on Pays, but really no way to gap close for G2.
Yeah, but G2 just have to keep chasing, right? You have to stop them from basing. You need to try to get this dragon. We'll see if they can make it happen.
Doran locked up. Glacier Fisher goes wide. Doran looking for the damage on Mickey. He dashes away once again. The spear dodge, but Doran is low. One more axe would be enough. The TP now coming in from Chovy. He's looking for the flank with the Cosmic Drivers. Peanut is locked up. Pays down towards the bottom side. Peanut shut out of the fight. Pays will dash away, but Chovy on the back line finds one already. He's looking for more as he dives onto Mickey. That's another. The counter TP, but Pays takes another. And Chovy and Pays just dance around on the edge of the abyss. They play with G2. Caps pops the stopwatch. Pays dashes out of vision. And the Frozen Tomb will be your icy grave, Caps, as Gen G clean up.
TP back in, able to punish, as G2 had no resources left after they went all in on that.
Minions as well assisting him in the skirmish, but the damage isn't quite enough from Caps. As Chovy secures another kill, Mickey now losing his life.
Well, he hasn't done it yet, Betty, but it's very shortly to follow as he does go down once again. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Chovy diving forward, pops the Zonius to keep himself alive for the moment. Hansama retreating underneath the inhibitor tower, and in the end, it's already a double for Peanut. He ceases and desists any hope that G2 had of winning this game. The Nexus in their eyes, Gen G will push in for 1-0.
Beautiful game from Gen G, and in sub 30 minutes, their debut at MSI is one of dominance. The LCK first seed is here to play.
A sublime performance from Gen G. G2 threw a lot of them in the early game, but Gen G held strong, and they will go 1-0 up in this best of 5.
6-0 and 15 from Chovy. 20 stacks on the Magi as well.